Mr. Platini, what are your plans for the rest of the decade? What do you want to achieve, and how have you had a successful football career to your political career? How were you able to be so consistent?
Hello, it's a decade. It's very far in the modern football. When I was player, I always tried to defend the game, to defend how we can play football, how we can enjoy football, how we can love football. And I always follow this philosophy from the part where I was player, and now I am an administrative in the football. Protect the game is the most important thing. You know, the people pass, the player pass, the administrative pass, but the game always remains the game. And it's my job to defend for the next generation this beautiful game.
Господин Платини, какой будет футбол через 5 лет?
That is a good question. I think we change some rules to improve the game, but now we have to face some problems. It's the behavior of the players and the behavior of the fans. The behavior of the player, I think, on the field, many people they don't like how they go to see the referees, how they simulate, how is the behavior sometimes. It's not good, and many people they don't like football because of that. And the behavior of the fans. But it's easier to work on the behavior of the players than on the behavior of the fans. But we have to be more tolerant. We have to work with anti-discrimination. We have to work against racism. We have to work against the violence in the world. If we can bring many beautiful values, because it's the most beautiful sport in the world and the most following sport in the world, that could be a very good dream for the 5 next years.
Hi, Mr. Platini. I was just wondering what makes the Champions League so special to you?
Well, it's special to me because it's a long tradition of cup, and the best cup in Europe, the best club with the best players, the best clubs in Europe, and it began in '56 with the first victory of Real Madrid, and then there is a big story about what was European football. It's always the most important competition in Europe, where all the players they want to win, all the fans they want to follow.
Saludos, presidente. ¿No cree usted que se podría aumentar el nivel de la Champions y de la Europa League si se redujese el número de equipos participantes? ¿Realmente hay tantos clubes europeos preparados económica y deportivamente para jugar competiciones europeas? Gracias.
It's a good question. It's not an easy answer, but it's a good question. And you have to know that my job is not only to have a great Champions League, but my job is to develop the football in all the Europe. But if you reduce the number of teams in Europe, that means that you never develop many countries to play football. And if you don't bring some small clubs, as you say, to play the Champions League, they will never receive the money of the Champions League. And all the big teams, they will receive more money, and the others, they will never receive money. And with this money, we can develop many leagues in everywhere in Europe. And that is the job of the president of the UEFA, to develop the football in Europe.
Herr Platini, jag har en liten fråga till dig. Det är många spelares dröm att spela Champions League. Men för klubbarna är det väldigt tufft. Och jag undrar ifall om det finns möjlighet att öka budgeten för damfotbollen och just i Champions League.
I would like to say that first of all for UEFA, for myself, the women's football is very important, because I know the beginning of this football 40 years ago. It was not so good, but now the quality of the football is wonderful, and I know how is the investment of ladies in the women's football, and we try to do our best to increase the popularity of the football in Europe, and to bring, of course, with the popularity, a little bit more money for the competition. And when we will have a little bit more money for the competition, we will share that too. We will share this money with all the participants and with all the clubs in the Champions League. But you have to trust the UEFA. We will increase the women's football through the development, through the young player.
Presidente, le preguntaría si echa usted de menos el volver a los terrenos de juego, si le gusta el formato de las Eurocopas, de la Copa de Europa, cosa que antes pues a lo mejor no era igual.
Iker, it's always a pleasure to see you in the TV, but normally I see you when I give you the cup, because I always give you the cup to you. But I am very happy about the increase of the number of the number of teams in the Euro. But it was not an easy decision to take in 2010 because at this moment it was very important to know if the quality of the football will be the same with 24 teams. But after a big reflection, after the Euro 2008, we see that we can have in Europe 24 good teams. It's also a very good advantage for the cities that receive the Euro because they can receive more than 3 games. And you know, when you have to invest for a stadium in the cities, you spend a lot of money for 3 games. Now we will have 4 or 5 games in France, is the next Euro. And don't forget one thing, it's a big progress for the development of the football in Europe. And you can, in these 8 more countries, have more increase of the sponsoring of the TV rights of the passion for this game. Because many teams, they never participate to big competition and they participate in other sports, but it will be a nice opportunity for them to develop the football in their countries.
Мистер Платини, за кого вы будете болеть на чемпионате Европы во Франции?
Of course, I will support all the teams.
As a soccer fan, I would like to ask you one question. What is your opinion regarding the 3 new candidates to the FIFA election? Thank you.
I think that it was a very nice opportunity to open a debate for democratic reasons in the world of the football. And FIFA need new ideas, new program. So it will be not 3 candidates, it will be 4 candidates. Let's see what's happened. Let's see the program of the 4 candidates. But I think that it's important for the football that there is a change in the FIFA.
Hi, Michel Platini. Why didn't you run for FIFA President and why did you choose to stay at UEFA?
It was not a so easy choice, but I decided to stay where I feel well. It was a choice. I don't decide not to go to FIFA, but I decide to stay in UEFA. That is a totally different matter. And I am very happy. I feel very happy. Perhaps it's not my time for the moment to go to FIFA. We will see one day if I go or if I don't go. Choice of my heart, choice of my life was to stay in the UEFA because we have so many things to do in Europe.
Michel, bonjour. Est-ce que tu penses pouvoir, avec pourquoi pas une réflexion commune avec les gens de la FIFA, à ces problèmes que pose le football moderne, notamment, comme tu sais, l'appartenance des joueurs à une tierce personne ou à une tierce société, l'environnement des joueurs qui commence vraiment à être très très dur à gérer pour un entraîneur. Est-ce que ça suit son cours? Est-ce que c'est en bonne direction? Ou est-ce que c'est de plus en plus compliqué parce que justement, il y a des gens qui veulent que ces problèmes-là persistent, puisqu'ils en profitent totalement. Merci, salut.
Merci Lolo pour cette question. C'est pas une question compliquée. J'ai mis une grosse pression sur la FIFA pour arrêter la propriété par des tiers de joueurs. La FIFA, au dernier comité exécutif, a accepté d'arrêter complètement cette pratique. Moi, j'ai fait grève en 1972 pour que le joueur soit libre, qu'il appartienne à lui-même. Et aujourd'hui, de voir des joueurs qui appartiennent à un bras, à une personne, à une jambe, à une société de fonds basée on ne sait pas où, une troisième personne où c'est son pied qui lui appartient, je vais dire, je trouve ça honteux. Et je trouve qu'on est retourné une forme d'esclavagisme des temps passés. Dans ces transferts, tout le monde gagne de l'argent. Et nous, on essaye de trouver de l'argent pour amener au football, mais après, ça va dans des poches, on ne sait pas de qui, on ne sait pas où. Donc, il est temps que le monde du football se réveille et que cet argent qui rentre dans le football reste dans le football et parte pas à gauche ou à droite, on ne sait pas où. Donc, c'est vrai, Lolo, c'est une belle question. La FIFA, je l'ai mis devant ses responsabilités. Elle a pris ses responsabilités, mais on doit aller plus loin là-dessus.
Al presidente dell'UEFA, Michel Platini, grandissimo, bandiera della storia bianconera, volevo fare solo una domanda o un'osservazione. Visto che è stato giocatore e per cui può comprendere quelle che sono le nostre esigenze, Come mai nel momento in cui si stila un calendario, a noi è capitato per esempio nell'Europeo 2012, non si dà più tempo e più modo alle squadre che arrivano in finale, non si dà più tempo per preparare e per recuperare meglio, diciamo, le energie, affinché anche lo spettacolo che ne può venire fuori e si può trarre da una finale, secondo me, può essere migliore.
È una buona domanda, Gigi, e complimento anche a quello che stai facendo tu. È molto più complessivo il problema, non penso che sia una questione solamente di finale, possiamo anche fare il stesso discorso per le semifinali. Io facendo 3 Coppe del Mondo, un Euro, posso dire che è solamente una cosa di un stato fisico generale. Non è una questione di giorni, perché se tu stai bene in questa periodo, puoi avere 3 giorni di recuperi, starà bene. Se non stai bene, puoi avere 3 giorni di recuperi, non starà bene.
Hello, Michel Platini. What is financial fair play useful for?
Alors, financial fair play, to be clear, was a will of all the European clubs. All the European clubs. All the owner of the clubs, they come one day to say, Michel, it's not possible to pay so many money. We have to do something. And we decided the financial fair play, where the principal matter is we can spend more money that we generate. I think it's for the life is the same. And now, the losses of the European football is not 1.7 billion, but it's 800 million. That means we stop. And we can today say that we try to bring all the facilities in the European football to forbidden a bankrupt in some clubs and to protect the football for the fans. That means that we have done a great achievement about the financial fair play, and we can be proud of that.
Hi, Michel. What is the biggest misconception about you and why?
It's a good question. I think that the people in Europe or in the world, they think that I take my decision alone. But you have to understand one thing. I am very, very, very democratic and very, very transparent. And I never take a decision alone with the support of the executive committee or with the Congress of the UEFA. I listen everybody very carefully and I take my decision, what is necessary to take a decision, always in the good of the game and in the good of the football. Don't think that I am very despotic.
Super.
C'est bien.
Very good. Very good. Thank you very much.
Your pleasure.